It started as a player when I was young, when I was about 12, 13. There just seemed in my area to be more boys than girls. They were playing soccer, so I started watching, ended up being a goalkeeper, of course, and then started playing. And then a team started in my neighborhood, so I joined it. And it grew from there, went on to play provincial for 12 years. And then made it into the national team, but at the time, of course, football in South Africa was suspended. So that was my playing career, and then I went on to get into coaching and administration. Well, they're still pretty similar. It's funding for women's football because it's amateur, and we had similar problems then. But fortunately, we had mixed race women's football way back when because nobody really worried about the women playing football. So we just got on with it and played every Sunday and didn't have any issues that like the men had with apartheid and not being able to play together. We didn't experience that. And I think finance is still a problem, and that always has been. But nevertheless, the sport grew, we developed some great players, and we had a lot of fun at the time. Well, for me personally, it was being appointed to FIFA in 2001, which took me around the world coaching in different countries, developing women's football with men and women coaches. So I traveled to countries I never dreamt I would. Vanuatu, Trinidad and Tobago, Russia, Thailand, developing women's football. And I've also done that for CAF for many years. I've been to most countries developing women coaches. So those are real highlights in my life. And in recent times now, developing administrators in South African football. We have 60 now in the regions, and we have 28 CAF A licensed coaches. So that's very important to me, is to leave a legacy of highly qualified women in different positions. Even in refereeing, we have top women now. Well, I've always believed that South African women and African women are the best players in the world, the most skillful, the most talented. The problem for South Africa and Africa in general, why even a country like Nigeria has never cracked the top 3 in the world, is because we don't compete enough. In Europe, teams play each other every weekend. Germany, Holland, Netherlands, Spain, they are a train trip away, a bus trip away. So they're forever competing. But we only have one competition every 2 years. In CAF, and generally teams don't play aside from that. South Africa's been fairly lucky. We've been able to play like the Netherlands and the USA. But competition and lack of competition is the only reason an African team hasn't won the World Cup, that's for sure. Well, we're hoping with the new CAF committee now, one of the suggestions I've made to the technical committee, which I was a member of, is to have like an African Cup of Nations, where the best teams in each country play, and also to have the African Women Championships every year instead of every second year. More competition, maybe under 15, and also more tournaments to give African women more chance to play. Absolutely. I think the Sasol League, of course, is the major league. It's the lifesaver for women's football and specifically for Banyana. But obviously we would like a professional league. That's always been in the pipeline. It's still in the pipeline. That's the ultimate aim, is to have a professional league, and I'm sure it will come about. It's just a case of it's a huge cost. So we need a sponsor. And yes, we need more tournaments, cups, whatever. And it's always amazed me why big women product companies don't come on board and support the people who buy their products. So certainly we need more competition, because that's how you improve the players, and that's how you improve Banyana. Certainly that's been a major push, is to get more women referees at the highest level, and we're really achieving that. We had one of our top referees refereeing a top game the other day, so that shows that they are capable of doing it. They have to pass the same tests as the men. So if they can do that, there's absolutely no reason why they shouldn't be refereeing at the top level, and now they are. So we're really proud of that we have women of that caliber. Sure, that's tricky. There's been so many over the years. I think you have to almost look at positions, and certainly there was the one name that comes to mind is Portia Medisa, of course, who was a playmaker. You had Desiree Ellis, who was a very good midfielder. Presently we have Janine van Wyk, who stands out for me because she's the first player to play in the US in a professional team. We had probably one of the best left footers, Veronica Pewa, top goal scorer Joanne Solomons, Carbuzita. There's so many. We had and still have really good players. That's why I say if we could just compete more internationally, we would certainly do well at a World Cup and the Olympics.